Qualifying has come to a close, and it is time for them to grid up. Here we go. Got Stephen Gibson and Zach Henson on the front row, then AJ Godsey, Aiden Trevette, Harley Barletta, Jason Rome, Rick Sargent, Jeff Hinkle, Kyle Holden, and David Garman round out the top 10. Then Bill Percy 11th, Mike Smith is 12th. Kevin Reed is 13th. 14th is Richie West. 15th is Jared Heasley. 16th is Nicole Creasel. JJ Parr is 17th. Larry Ashby is 18th. Topher Baltimore is 19th. 20th is Cheryl Newman. And Jake Fluman is showing here, but I did not see him run a qualifying lap, so we'll have to wait and see. He is one of our new Truck Series members, and not sure if he is out there tonight. We'll find out here momentarily, I guess. No, it does not look like he gridded. So Cheryl Newman in the 8 car will round out the field. Looks like just about everybody is ready to go. No surprise to see AJ up in the front half. Aiden Trevette, huge shout out to that young man, still running his autism paint scheme. Great job by the kid. Harley Barletta is starting in 5th. There's Jason Rome, Rick Sargent, Jeff Hinkle in the 23. The 18 of Kyle Holden. Can't speak tonight. Rusty Motorsports car. David Garman in his 06 car. Bill Percy in the 95. There's Mike Smith in the 9. Kevin Reed in the 64. Richie West in the 1. Jared Heasley in the 32. Nicole Creasel in the 6. The 15 of J.J. Parr. Larry Ashby in the 34. Good old Topher in the 73. And Cheryl Newman rounding out the field in the 8. Now, wouldn't that be something tonight if Nicole and Cheryl worked their way to the front? That would be, I think everybody would cheer for that one. All right, just double checking everything here, looking good. As they come down the back straightaway, when they come out of turn 4, pace car will duck off, and we will go green flag racing live from Michigan. Pace car is off the track. Stephen Gibson will lead them down. Green flag is in the air. Here they go. And it looks like Gibson gets a good jump. AJ looked like he might have hit the shifter wrong and got a little squirrely there briefly. Meanwhile, further back in the pack, they are really starting to spread out. Here comes Harley Barletta and Jason Rome. Not wasting any time there. The 06 to David Garman back there. Everybody completes turns 1 and 2 clean. Back up front, no surprise, AJ Godsey moving into the lead. Aiden the Kid Trevette going to try and follow him through on the bottom. 55 of Harley Barletta moving up high early. Lap 1 is in the books, and it looks like we've got some cars starting to march forward here. Mike Smith, Kyle Holden, a couple of other guys starting to work their way forward. Richie West in the Batman car already up a couple of spots. Look like, we might see 3 wide here. Indeed, Richie drifts up just a little bit, almost gets into the side. Jared Heasley looks like he is trying to capitalize on it. They settle out. Bill Percy gets to the front. Jared Heasley giving Richie a huge push down the front straightaway. Back up front, Harley Barletta has come through everybody. He is now up to third. No, I'm sorry, he is now up being scored in second place. Aiden the Kid Trevette being scored in third, now back to fourth. He and Stephen Gibson are battling there. Harley Barletta to the lead. 3 laps in, 3 leaders already tonight. Stephen Gibson led a lap. Harley Barletta is now leading, and AJ Godsey led a lap. But as they go back off into turn 1, now you'll see one of the notes that we had earlier. Is that if you start using that low line too early, you might get stuck down there. You can use it to make a pass, but once you do, especially in the first few laps, you wear those tires out. And it makes it very hard to use the high side. You get too slippery up there. Saw some 3 wide action going on back there. Nicole Creasel starting to work her way forward. Topher Baltimore on the move tonight. Started in 19th, and no! Topher gets into the back of another car that had wrecked a few minutes ago. No caution. Everybody cleared the track, and that is another heartbreak for Topher, especially considering how good he was running. Rewind just a little bit here and see if we can see exactly what happened. It looked like might have been, I do believe, the 95 of Bill Percy. 95 of Bill Percy was in the wall, and Topher had nowhere, just couldn't. The 95 stopped so suddenly he just couldn't do anything. And that's going to put Topher on pit road for his first stop and his fast repair. Hopefully he can get back out there to the lead lap. Meanwhile, up front, it is still Harley Barletta leading, but we've got a change for second place as Aiden Trevette now up to second. The kid is looking to get his first win here tonight. Harley Barletta continues to try and run away from the field. Can't quite get it broke away. And no surprise here, Jeff Hinkle. Started back in 8th. He's now up to 4th. And I guarantee you, at the end of the run, he will be one of the fastest ones out there, just like he is at the start of the run. And this front pack has started to open up a little bit of a gap here. Stephen Gibson is leading the second pack around. He's got David Garman right behind him. Kyle Holden and Richie West all right there. Richie now up 6 spots. Started in 14th. He's up to 8th. Richie is coming through this field rather quickly here, as is David Garman, who started in 10th and is now up to 6th. And now they're starting to look like they might want to try and make it 3 wide here, coming through 1 and 2 down to the back straightaway. Everybody settles out a little bit, but they are battling awfully hard for 9 laps into this thing. Richie is on a mission here. He is trying to get around David Garman now. Can't quite get there just yet. Falls back in line, and JJ Parr, another one, started in 17th, already up to 9th. And a bit surprised the field is split as much as it has at this point. We saw in the trucks last night that everybody was packed up for quite a while. Kind of expected, a lot of the drivers were expecting a lot of the same here tonight, but so far This front group is breaking away. Now, if we do not have a caution before then, at lap 50, at the start of lap 50, they will throw a competition caution. That'll get these groups packed back up, but we may end up with a situation where we have cars multiple laps down by then. Obviously, Bill Percy and Topher Baltimore both a couple of laps down after that early incident, having to get repaired. The front pack right now, Harley Barletta, Aiden Trevette, AJ Godsey, and Jeff Hinkle. The second pack now being led by race sponsor Kyle Holden. And we've got Steven Gibson, Richie West, David Garman, and looks like JJ Parr and Zach Henson trying to hang on to the back of this group, as Richie is still continuing to the front, now being scored in 7th place down there on the bottom, trying to get something done here. Hopefully he's conserving a little bit of tires here. These guys are not letting up one little bit. I don't think any of these four are conserving anything. Right behind him, Zach Henson and JJ Parr have been battling back and forth. Once the tires get worn in, a lot of the drivers said it was next to impossible to pass on the bottom. You almost have to wait for the driver in front of you to go a little bit lower so you can get a run to the outside. So tonight we're going to see a lot of passing to the outside, but that also brings the wall into play, and that can cause a lot of problems. Kevin Reed in the Finelli Ironworks car, he is up to 11th after starting 13th, and Cheryl Newman's on a charge. She started in 20th, she is up to 13th. Back up front, though, this front pack is still pretty close together. It looks like Jeff Hinkle might be losing that front pack, but those front three of Harley Barletta, Aiden Trevette, and AJ Godsey, they are staying nose to tail all the way around this track. Another interesting tidbit noted that the aerodynamic changes recently, the physics have been updated, trying to have the most accurate physics. They, when you get off into these corners, you have to try and have a little bit of your left front below the car in front of you. Otherwise, you start to get a bit of a push. As you see, Aiden Trevette wasn't low enough. He drifted up mid-corner, pulls it back down, but you can start to develop an aero push very quickly, especially on old tires. And after 15 laps, these tires are starting to wear. As we mentioned in the pre-race, with 70% fuel load, we're looking at 28 to 31 laps. So around lap 28, we will probably start to see some green flag stops. I would not be surprised to see a couple of people stop around lap 25. Then they could split the pit stops pretty evenly. And some of these guys will try and stretch as far as they can to conserve a set of tires for any late race issues. Richie West continues trying to march his way forward. Currently in 8th, he was up as high as 7th, and it looks like he might get a run on Garmin here. Kyle Holden and Steven Gibson, and David Garman gets one heck of a run coming down the front straightaway. Steven Gibson's been fast here all night tonight. He is the one on the bubble tonight for the playoffs. He's the only one in the top 12. Everybody who's currently being scored is in the playoffs. Everybody who's locked in, he is the only one, one of only 3 that are not locked in. Aiden Trevette, Jeff Hinkle, and Steven Gibson are the only 3 in the top 12 currently not locked in. So you know Steven is pushing extremely hard here tonight. And back up front, speaking of Jeff Hinkle, there he is currently running in fourth. Looks like he has not lost as much of the pack. I would almost bet he is doing some sort of tire and fuel strategy here. As they go off through 1 and 2 yet again, lap 19. Just a couple of laps away from when we should start seeing some green flag stops. And I would be willing to bet that Jeff Hinkle will probably go a little bit further than everybody else. Aiden the Kid Trevette did say he was going to try and save a little bit of tire, save a little bit of fuel, try and stretch a little bit farther than everybody else. But the way he charged to the front early in the race, we'll have to see if he saved enough. While we've got a few laps to go, let's go through the field here. Up front, Harley Barletta. Aiden the Kid Trevette in second. AJ Godsey is third. Jeff Hinkle is fourth. Kyle Holden is currently in fifth. Steven Gibson and David Garman are battling, but Steven is currently being scored in sixth. Garman's being scored in seventh in the 06. Eighth place is right behind them, waiting for a chance to pounce. That is Richie West. Ninth place, JJ Parr. And in 10th, we've got Zach Henson in the 24 car. Then you've got 11th place, Kevin Reed. Kevin had slipped back a couple of spots in the Finelli Ironworks car. Managed to, looks like he's managed to start working his way forward. I'm guessing that has something to do with saving some tires. Rick Sargent in the 20 car, currently in 12th. 13th is Cheryl Newman. Larry Ashby, he is currently running in 14th after starting in 18th, so I would imagine he is definitely saving something for later in the run. Probably start seeing him pick off a few people here any moment. Jared Heasley currently running in 15th. Mike Smith in the 9 car. He is currently in 16th. Nicole Creasel running 17th. And Jason Rome in 18th. Bill Percy being scored. He's battling with Topher Baltimore there in the 73. They are both 1 or more laps down. Last time by, Aiden and Harley ran literally identical laps right down to the thousandth of a second. AJ Godsey was a hair slower, and no surprise here, Jeff Hinkle was a hair faster than all three of them. I'm willing to bet that Jeff's got a little bit more there. All right, we are coming down. We're about to complete our 24th lap, 100-lap race. They had 4 total sets of tires, so the one they are started on and 3 additional sets. I'm guessing that some of these guys have the strategy that they are going to stop on lap 25 or lap 26. They can make it, some of these guys can make it as far as lap 31. I imagine we'll see a few stretch it that far. It's going to be interesting to see what all strategies we have here tonight. Jason Rome not having a great race so far, especially considering all the practice he's put in this week. And I know he's extremely fast here. I've got to think something had happened. He might have been caught in that early incident. It does look like he has some damage to the car. bit of a heartbreaker knowing how fast Jason's been here all week. Harley Barletta finally managing to build a little bit of a gap over the 11 car. Not much, just a half a second. Seeing him this close, this far into the race is a bit of a surprise. Jared Heasley is on the first car to come to pit road. Jason Rome now hitting pit road. So green flag pit stops are starting. Some of these guys trying to short pit a little bit here. And looks like the 11's coming to pit road. AJ Godsey's coming to pit road. Everybody but Harley Barletta. Here comes Jeff Hinkle. It looks like Kyle Holden's staying out. Stephen Gibson, David Garman all stay out. But we've got AJ Godsey, Jeff Hinkle, Richie West, JJ Parr, Zach Henson, Jason Rome, Jared Heasley all on pit road. I would imagine Harley Barletta is going to come by, drop into the pits next time by. And I know he's looking for, there's that stand. Yeah, he rolled out of it. There is a stand coming through 3 and 4 off to the right. A wooden, what looks like a spotter stand or scorer stand. And it looks like we're starting to see the guys that are going to stretch this as far as they can. That is Kyle Holden now to the lead. Stephen Gibson now to second. We'll hop in Gibson's car. We'll see if we can see it coming out of turn 4 here as they come down the back straightaway. Looks like Harley Barletta, David Garman, and Mike Smith are all on pit road. Now watch to your right here. Right there, that wooden stand up there. Everybody determined the other night that that's about the perfect place to start your dive onto pit road. Meanwhile, these two Toyotas still out front as Jeff Hinkle is making a move here. He's going to try and get back around and unlap himself the old-fashioned way. Kyle Holden still being scored in the lead. Jeff Hinkle is currently in the 11th, but just got himself unlapped. That's going to give him a distinct advantage. AJ Godsey, Aiden Trevette, and Harley Barletta are also all on the tail end of the lead lap. Harley is in 8th, Aiden is 9th, AJ is 10th, Jeff Hinkle is 11th at the moment. Kevin Reed, Rick Sargent, Cheryl Newman now coming to pit road. Larry Ashby's coming to pit road. Kyle and Steven should be coming down this time by. They are stretching that fuel to the limit. They might be able to make it one more, but it might be a bit on the risky side. Kyle Holden is going to come to pit road. I would imagine Stephen Gibson is going to follow him through. That'll give the lead back to Harley Barletta, and Aiden the Kid Trevette right to the back bumper of Barletta. And once Stephen Gibson and Kyle Holden and the rest of the gang get off of pit road, it looks like Nicole Creasel is still on pit road. Once they all cycle through, that'll be the first cycle of green flag stops. Harley Barletta dropping as low as he possibly can, trying to break the draft on the Kid. Nicole Creasel looks like she might have a problem. She is still on pit road. All right, looks like everybody has cycled through on pit stops. So Harley Barletta still in the lead. Aiden the Kid Trevette still in second. AJ Godsey third. Jeff Hinkle is fourth. David Garman is fifth. Here comes Kyle Holden in 6th place. Stephen Gibson now in 7th. JJ Parr is up to 8th after starting 17th. Heck of a run out of JJ here tonight. Zach Henson is 9th at the moment. Kevin Reed now up to 10th. Jared Heasley, some good pit strategy, went from 15th now to 11th. Rick Sargent now up to 12th. Cheryl Newman still in 13th. Bill Percy is 14th. Mike Smith is getting a little wonky here. Looks like he's might be having some connection issues. I believe Mike is now up to 14th, pushing Bill back to 15th. Mike's teammate Larry Ashby is in 16th. Jason Rome currently 17th. 18th is Richie West. Topher Baltimore is 19th. Nicole Creasel is back out on track, being scored in 20th. We only have 3 cars a lap down, and I am not sure what happened to the one car. Richie West now being scored 1 lap down. Not sure if he got a penalty getting onto pit road. Aiden under pressure now from AJ Godsey for 2nd place. Meanwhile, Harley Barletta right up in front of him, just is starting to open up that lead again. He's got about a 6/10 of a second lead at this point. Jeff Hinkle now being scored almost 6.5 seconds behind the leaders. However, in about 14 laps, that'll pack everybody back up. Let's see, as of right now, Richie West would be the lucky dog to get back to the lead lap. Harley Barletta is coming down the back straightaway. Let's see where Richie is. Coming through 1 and 2 right now. Bill Percy has managed to regain the lead lap after his early race incident in the 95 car. Topher Baltimore still being shown a lap down. Hopefully he'll be able to get back to the lead lap as well. Meanwhile, Harley Barletta continues to just kind of walk away from these guys. Every couple of laps, he gains another 1/10 of a second on the leaders, or on 2nd place. AJ Godsey currently in 3rd. Topher Baltimore now back on pit road. Another heartbreak of a night that we hate to see. Aiden Trevette definitely has his hands full with that 5 car right behind him. And now that a lot of these guys know what they've got, it'll be interesting to see what happens after the competition caution. We're just about 10 laps away from that. Will Harley Barletta be able to lap anybody else in that time frame? Because it looks like the 81 of Jason Rome is right in front of him. And as we cross the start-finish line, we're going to do a lap around the track with our leader, Harley Barletta. There he is coming out of turn 4. You can see the start-finish line right there, and here we go. running right up by the wall, trying to cut through the air just as best as he can. He is running that high line so far all night tonight. Dropping down to the middle a little bit here as he comes through 1 and 2. Coming back up off 2, getting as close to the wall as he possibly can. Getting a little bit of a draft off of the 81 now. Dropping off back off into 3 and 4, keeping the nose just a little bit lower so he doesn't get the aero push here. And that's what it looks like from the leader's car. That was a 39-second lap around this 2-mile oval. And just a quick look at some of the pit strategy here, because we've seen a couple of different guys that stayed out leader. Fifth place, Kyle Holden stayed out 4 laps later, as did 7th place Stephen Gibson. And it looks like the 95 has had an issue. He was making an emergency move to pit road. Doesn't look like anything is wrong with the car at the moment. This is definitely an unscheduled, unplanned stop as he tries to find his pit box. There he is. And he is getting 4 tires and fuel here. Interesting. I know those 2 guys that were in the earlier incident would have stopped and would have gotten fuel while they were getting repairs. This might be a fuel situation where they both had to stop. As here comes the leader, Harley Barletta, now starting to put cars a lap down. He is coming up to the back bumper of Jason Rome. Meanwhile, Aiden Trevette has started to open up a little bit of a gap ever so slightly over AJ Godsey. And now that they have lap traffic, Jason is down on the apron getting everything he can out of this track. He's going to do everything he possibly can to stay right in front of the 55 till the competition caution comes out. Oh, almost had a close call there. Jason Rome fighting to stay on the lead lap. Harley Barletta just doing his best to maintain his lead as Jason comes right back up. You see he gets a little bit of an advantage from going down to the bottom. Not a whole lot, but it might be enough to keep himself in front. 5 more laps until the competition caution here. Knowing how much practice Jason has put in here this week, I know he wants to stay on that lead lap badly, but I also know he is not going to intentionally block or wreck somebody to do it. As Harley drifts up a little bit, so they both do just a little bit. Jason is fighting hard to stay on the lead lap. This is getting a bit dicey. Jason just trying to hold the 55 down until the competition caution. I don't know how much longer he's going to be able to hold Harley Barletta behind him, though. This battle is a bit crazy, but looks like Harley Barletta did back off a little bit, giving Jason just a little bit of room there. I imagine he's not going to do that for too terribly long, because that has allowed Aiden the Kid Trevette to start closing down that gap just a little bit. It was almost a 1-second gap a few moments ago. It is now down to, well, it was 0.7 of a second just a moment ago. Those two cars behind him, if these two continue to battle, those two cars will be able to pull right back up to the back bumper. And the other question does become, how far up ahead of these two is the next lap car? Caution is out. Our first caution of the night. Rick Sargent crashed, and he crashed right in front of the leaders too. Looks like he just got loose off two. Kevin Reed barely avoided that. And he pulls back up, trying to get back on the track, but it was right by the leaders. And we mentioned tire wear earlier in the night. And the 81 of Jason Rome maintains the lead lap for the moment. That's going to leave Rick Sargent, Richie West, Bill Percy, Nicole Kriesel, and Topher Baltimore one or more laps down. We'll have to wait and see how things shake out as Jason Rome gets back to the lead lap. There will now not be a competition caution. This is it. Let's see if, well, let's let Harley get down pit road real quick, and then we'll try and talk to our leader, Harley Barletta. And you know everybody's going to come down for tires and fuel this time. That's definitely going to shake up some strategies here just a little bit. As they run, looks like everybody in the top 10 came down pit road. Looks like everybody on the lead lap is coming down the pit road. Bill Percy and Nicole Kriesel and Topher Baltimore all stay out, at least for the moment. Probably trying to get waved around the field. Now that's going to be a question of the race off of pit road. Stephen Gibson has the advantage where he stopped. It looks like the 11 car won off of pit road. The kid wins the race off pit road. Could be a very good start to what he needed here tonight. All right, let's see if we can talk to Harley Barletta. Hey, Harley, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, what's going on, Dougie?
Hey, man, heck of a run here tonight.
Thanks.
You were actually starting to put a little bit of a gap on AJ and the kid there, but this surprise caution a few laps early, does that shake up your strategy at all?
Nah, not at all. We still got one more stop to go left in this race. I'm hoping we can make it from there. Should be fine.
All right, well, looks like the kid beat you off of pit road. You going to be able to get back around him easily, or are you about to have your hands full?
It should be all right. I wouldn't say easily because it's really, really hard to pass, but I don't know. I think it'll be all right. We'll get around him.
All right, man. Well, best of luck to you, and hopefully we'll talk to you after the race.
I really appreciate it, man. You're doing a great job.
Thanks, buddy. All right, that was the previous leader, Harley Barletta. Let's see if we can talk to the kid. Aiden, this is Doug. You got me?
I got you. Got you, Doug.
All right, you managed to steal the lead away on pit road after battling with Harley so far all night long. Are you going to be able to hold him off?
What we're praying for here. Going to try to get this win tonight. We're in a good position, too.
You've been running fairly equal times to him. Later in the run seems to be where he gets a little bit of an advantage, but early on you're about the same, if not a little faster at times. Are you going to be able to get away from him and maybe pad you a lead before the tires wear?
Maybe. Me and AJ, we're on the same radio here, so hopefully we can do something.
All right, buddy. Well, best of luck to you. Hopefully you guys can get something done.
Appreciate it, Doug.
All right, that was second place. And Kellen Mitchner is in the chat cheering on Aiden the Kid Trevette. And again, just another huge shout out to the family of Kellen Mitchner, his boys finishing second in both of their baseball tournaments today. So huge shout out to Hayden and I just went blank on the other one's name. Don't worry, I forget my own kids' names from time to time. Aiden and Anthony. Huge shout out to those two boys. Congratulations to both of you. All right, pace car is in. The kid leads them down. Green flag is in the air, and Aiden is definitely trying to get any advantage he can because he's going to bring AJ Godsey with him. They're going to shuffle Harley back to third. Of course, Harley started back in fifth and got to the lead really quickly. We'll see if he can get around these two. He's got some very tough competition coming here. Looks like Richie West got back to the lead lap, but had to pit. He pitted on the green as here comes Harley Barletta to the inside of AJ Godsey. And here comes Kyle Holden. You got Kyle Holden and Harley Barletta down on the inside. You got Aiden the Kid Trevette on the high side with AJ and Jeff Hinkle right behind him. David Garman now in the back up in the mix as well. And you could throw a blanket on the top six. They are all nose to tail side by side here. Aiden coming down just a little bit, trying to pinch off the 55, but nothing doing. The 55 is now out to the lead again. Aiden the Kid Trevette trying like heck to get his first win here tonight, but Harley Barletta is not going to let it happen. Harley Barletta already locked into the playoffs, as is the 18 of Kyle Holden, as is the 5 of AJ Godsey, as is the 06 back there. As is 7th place JJ Parr. So the only one up there in that front pack not locked into the playoffs is that 11 car of Aiden Trevette. He's currently sitting 4th in points. He's got a pretty safe buffer unless a bunch of people outside the top 12 start winning. And I just about forgot we were at Michigan. They were racing nose to tail, side by side. It looks like Talladega. Kyle Holden down there on the bottom. Looks like he might be losing a little bit of steam as this outside line tends to be the fastest here. That's what we saw last night. We're seeing it again here tonight, but Kyle just sends it into turns 3 and 4. The 11's got the push from the 5. It looks like the 11, the 5, and the 6. You heard Aiden say he was in the same radio channel as those two cars behind him. He's definitely got some support there, but here comes Garmin starting to look to the inside. And while these 5 are battling, here comes JJ Parr, who started in 17th and has worked his way up through the field, had a great pit stop, and now up to 6th. And of course, never count out Jeff Hinkle on a tire track. He is currently in 7th. Another huge name we're excited to see up front, the 10th place car. That is Cheryl Newman in the 8. Nicole Creasel's also picked up a couple of spots since the start of this race. She is now up to 18th, just trying to work her way forward. And now the battle as Harley Barletta is out in the lead. Kyle Holden manages to slide up right in front of the 11. That was a bold move. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see if it pays off here. As they send it off, here comes the 06 to the inside of the 11. Coming off of turn 2, the 06 is now starting to move forward, and these are not some of David Garman's best tracks, but here he is. He's been coming on very strong on these 1.5 and 2 mile ovals here lately, and it's starting to show as he's going up, almost leans onto AJ there. AJ drifts up, gives him a little bit of room. And the kid just hanging on to the back of the 18 there. And looks like this pack is all working together, almost all of them working together just to get around that 55 car. It's going to take a team effort here tonight. Here comes 18 of Kyle Holden. Oh, excuse me. Kyle Holden looking to the inside, going off into 3 and 4. He is trying to get up there. He's led this race on pit strategy so far. Now he's going to come down to and lead it just on sheer power. No, Harley Barletta has him at the line. Quick look through the field here. J.J. Parr now up to 6th after starting in 17th. Mike Smith up to 9th after starting 12th. Cheryl Newman started 20th up to 10th. Jason Rome, we saw him at the tail end of the lead lap, and he is now up to 11th. He is working his way through this field rather quickly as well. Meanwhile, back up here, David Garman holding on to 5th. Kyle Holden giving everything he's got. Mitchell Wade said, hoping the big one doesn't happen. The way these guys are sliding around out here, I hope it doesn't happen either. But, yeah, it's looking a little bit crazy up there. As here comes Aiden Trevette, now back to the back bumper of Harley Barletta. Aiden looked like he backed out. He got awfully close. He might be backing out to set up a bit of a run because he is definitely faster going through the corner than Harley. At least that time by. AJ Gotze definitely helping with the push there. David Garman down to the inside. David is going for it now. Meanwhile, Kyle Holden just holding that bottom line, trying for all he's worth to get back to the lead here. Coming to the line, I do believe Kyle's going to lead it this time. He did. He gets scored as having the lead that time by. And Kyle Holden looks like he's going to secure it. Here comes Garman to the outside, making it 3 wide off of 2. What a move, sending the 11 car backwards. Let's take another look at that pass. David Garman sends it off into 1 and 2, gets to the high side of Aiden. The kid Trevette gets a run way up there by the wall. Aiden has to pinch it down just a little bit, and Garman carries enough momentum there to get around the 5 as well. Talk about a power move. And that puts the 06 of Garman up into 3rd place, now leaning on Harley Barletta. It looks like David might have saved his tires at least the first few laps of this one, and now he is up here and he has come to win. Harley Barletta now looking back to the inside, coming through 1 and 2. Nicole Creasel there just coming off of pit road. She's down on the inside, staying low, letting everybody get by. .55 drifts up a little bit through the middle of 3 and 4. Just trying to get a little side draft there as they come down to the line. 34 laps left to go. They're battling like it's the last one. And I'm beginning to think the 11 and the 23, Aiden Trevette and Jeff Hinkle, they might be in the safest positions right now. They've got a little bit of a gap behind this lead pack. This 4-car pack, the way they're battling, and the way as these tires wear, they are starting to slide around a lot. Looking at the pit strategy, they've all been out there for 17 laps. It has been 17 laps since that caution. So we should start seeing pit stops in about 8 to 10 laps. And the final green flag pit stop may be the determining factor. If they get a caution after lap about 70, everybody can go the distance from there. So that could shake things up as well in the way these guys are racing. As we look back here, Steven Gibson now trying to make a move here. Jeff Hinkle trying to get around Steven Gibson. Gibson is closed up to the back bumper of the kid. Mike Smith now up to 8th and working his way forward. He's actually closing down on these guys in front of him. JJ Parr in 9th. Cheryl Newman still hanging on in the top 10. Good job by her tonight. She's having one heck of a run as well. It looked like Kyle Holden might have scraped the wall. Didn't slow him down any. It looked like he might have gotten up too high there coming down the front straightaway and just tapped the wall briefly. It shows how hard these guys are pushing it. They are running to the bottom, to the top, everywhere they can to get any advantage. And when you get up there right on the wall, you do get some of the air taken off. It does make the car go a little bit faster. You see Harley Barletta staying up as high as he can. Less wind on the right side is less wind on the car and more speed. As Harley Barletta closes right back to the back bumper of Kyle Holden here. David Garman back there lurking in 3rd, and in 4th is AJ Godsey, and never count him out if he is in the lead pack. Just to note, the leader, Kyle Holden, is currently leading the points as well. He has a 51-point lead. As AJ Godsey is starting to look for 3rd. Does not make a move quite yet, trying to get a run on him, on David Garman there. 2nd place, Harley Barletta, currently in 7th place. Both Kyle and Harley are locked in. David Garman, 10th in points, also locked in. AJ Godsey, 3rd in points, locked in. Between those front 4 cars, 8 of the last 14 races have been won. 14 races so far this season, 8 of them are won by those front 4 cars. Harley Barletta, power move to the inside. He waited till the best possible moment. Had one heck of a run. Kyle Holden comes down. He's trying to pinch him down. Harley sends it off into 1 and 2, trying to carry that momentum around. Harley moving back up just a little bit, trying to get some of the side draft here. Kyle Holden definitely has the momentum advantage on the high side, but Harley is not letting up one bit. Harley drifts back up mid-corner, carrying as much momentum as he can. He's got David Garman now behind him, giving him a little push. Garman tucks right up under the back bumper. Garman, one of the best around to push in the draft, and he definitely showed it there as he pushed Harley Barletta up into the lead. Now Garman trying to make a move around Holden for 2nd. Harley jumps back up, and now AJ Godsey going for third. Garmin lost a little momentum there after giving Harley the push. He drops back in line into fourth. And now Garmin looking back to the inside. He is definitely not content. He's got a run coming down the front straightaway. Will he duck to the inside here? Not yet. Kyle Holden will, though. Here he comes. He is about ready to battle for the lead spot again. He started looking to the inside through 1 and 2. As we mentioned, once the tires wear off, it is extremely difficult to pass on the bottom. Harley had the advantage of having some help behind him. If you don't have any help, it is going to be very difficult to make that inside pass. And that's why you see so many of these guys running up high right now. Harley Barletta back to the lead. Kyle Holden into second. AJ Godsey in third. Garmin in fourth. Aiden the Kid Trevette in fifth. Don't count out Steven Gibson, Jeff Hinkle, both right there. We're getting late in a run, and both of these guys, especially that 23 car, there he goes. It looks like Gibson's coming to pit road. Steven Gibson is on pit road. Kyle Holden came to pit road. That relinquishes the lead to Harley Barletta. Zach Henson, Larry Ashby, Rick Surgeon, all on pit road now. 25 laps to go. Everybody can make it from here. Do believe Harley Barletta can make it about another 3 laps. Let's take a look real quick. Harley Barletta could probably make it another 5 laps if we're honest. Everybody out there stopped on the same lap, and best estimates were the most you could get was 31, but they are not willing to give up that track position and that speed. Here comes everybody else. This thing might be settled on pit road. Kevin Reed jumps out there. Jason Rome now to the lead. Cheryl Newman up to second. Kevin Reed being scored in third. Jared Heasley now up to fourth. Nicole Creasel there with him. I believe she is 1 lap down. Now, I'm sorry, she is 3 laps down at the moment as Jason is staying out, doing anything he can to carry some momentum. And a huge shout out to Cheryl Newman. We'll see how far these two decide to stretch that fuel and the tires. These guys coming off of pit road will be at least 2 seconds a lap faster. Kyle Holden now back off pit road, being scored in 5th. Harley Barletta being scored in 6th. Let's see if we can find them. There is Kyle. Harley right behind him. Meanwhile, up front, Jason Rome is leading, and we've got a battle going on as all these cars have pit. Mike Smith is now being scored in 10th, starting to pick up some positions. And he's bringing JJ Parr with him. I do believe Jason Rome is setting up to come to pit road now. Indeed, Jason Rome is coming to pit road. Cheryl Newman's going to hang on another lap or 2. That gives the lead to Cheryl Newman. Kevin Reed in 3rd. Looks like he is diving to pit road. That's going to leave Jared Heasley out now. Should put Jared up to 2nd. Kyle Holden currently being scored in 5th. I do believe he'll jump up to 3rd. That'll give him the lead back once everybody pits. Harley Barletta currently in 2nd, but closing the gap quickly. AJ Godsey back there in 3rd. Here comes Aiden the Kid Trevette in fourth, battling with Stephen Gibson for what will be fourth in just a moment. What a battle we've got going on here. Cheryl Newman and Jared Heasley both have stayed out. Cheryl's still in first, Heasley still in second. And Harley Barletta has now passed Kyle Holden up into third, 20 laps to go. Cheryl Newman, I do believe, just went to pit road. Yes, indeed. Cheryl Newman gives up the lead for third place. Jared Heasley will probably go in another lap or two. That will give the lead back to Harley Barletta with Kyle Holden right behind him. Then AJ Godsey and Aiden Trevette not far behind. Meanwhile, up front, these two are still battling for the lead. You saw Kyle Holden was starting to look to the inside there. And while Kyle has the most wins this season, Harley has a win on the track that uses tires the most that we've run so far, I should say. That was at Atlanta, first race of the season. That track is even tougher on tires than Michigan is, and he dominated at that track, so he might have this one in the bag here if it comes down to, they'll be 20 laps in when they come to the checkered. As you see, Harley's starting to gain a lead, and AJ is coming to second. He's going to bring the kid with him. Here comes Aiden Trevette to third. And you heard Aiden say earlier in the race, him, AJ, David Garman, a few others are in the same chat. They are on the same channel, and they are obviously working together. Here comes AJ Godsey making a move for the lead. Stephen Gibson hanging out back there in fifth. He is still with this lead pack. He is on the bubble in 12th place, and does not have a win yet this season, so he would love to get up there and get the win here tonight, get locked into the playoffs. He is going to have a difficult chore getting around those 4 cars in front of him, though. Everybody's struggling to get around the 55 here tonight. And this 6-car pack has just checked out from the rest of the field. All right, while we are coming, 15 laps to go. We're looking at Harley Barletta in first, AJ Godsey to second. Aiden Trevette is in third. Kyle Holden is in fourth. Kyle Holden making a pass for third now on Aiden the Kid Trevette. Stephen Gibson now to fifth. Jeff Hinkle to sixth. Mike Smith, huge run out of him tonight. He is up to seventh, and he's brought J.J. Parr with him to eighth. Zach Henson back in ninth. Garmin and David Garman is currently in 10th. Jason Rome is in 11th. Cheryl Newman, a huge run out of her tonight. She is up to 12th. Kevin Reed is in 13th. Larry Ashby is 14th. Rick Sargent back to 15th. Bill Percy is currently 16th after the issues earlier. Jared Heasley has fallen way behind. He is now back to 17th. And Topher Baltimore, he is up one position from 18th. Another heartbreak tonight for Topher. He had such a good run, had worked his way through a lot of the field, was closing on the top 10, and just got caught in somebody else's issue again. The day that his bad luck streak breaks, everybody better be worried, because he is always fast, just always caught in the worst luck. And I'd imagine once that bad luck streak breaks, he's going to be dominating. Harley Barletta currently opening up a bit of a gap. Not much, just 0.2 of a second, but a little bit of a gap on the 5 car of AJ Godsey. Then you got Aiden Trevette still holding on to 3rd, Kyle Holden back to 4th, and Steven Gibson in 5th. Jeff Hinkle constantly back there lurking in 6th. And I say lurking, he is not battled, he has not pushed his car hard, he is just kind of hung out back here. And I'd imagine when it comes down to the last few laps, these guys start battling, he's going to be able to come through that field pretty quickly. Last time by, Jeff Hinkle had the fastest lap. We'll see as they cross the line. That time, Jeff Hinkle was faster than everybody in front of him. Looks like Jeff finally decided to crank it up with about 11 laps to go. Jeff Hinkle is another one in the top 12 in the playoffs right now by points. Does not have a win, is not locked in yet. The car in front of him is Steven Gibson, also there, not locked in yet. 4 races to go. Next week will be at North Wilkesboro, then Darlington, Daytona, and Auto Club. I would expect Hinkle to be very, very strong at both Wilkesboro and Darlington, both tracks that are extremely difficult on tires, as Steven Gibson goes way up high going through 3 and 4. Meanwhile, Harley Barletta continues to maintain the same lead there. AJ Godsey in 2nd, Aiden the Kid Trevette in 3rd. As they run right now, AJ Godsey would move up to 2nd in the points tonight. JJ Parr would drop to 3rd, and the gap between 3rd and 4th place Aiden Trevette would be extremely small. JJ Parr currently running in 8th place, but with Aiden up there running in 3rd, he is definitely going to pick up some points here tonight. Kyle Holden right back to the back bumper. Jeff Hinkle looks like he's fallen off just a little bit off this lead group. Greg is right. It is the calm before the storm. 10 laps to go, and I can safely say that at least Greg will not be wrecked by me in the final laps tonight. And looks like Steven Gibson is caution is out. No. This is a heartbreaker. Topher Baltimore clips the wall coming off of turn 2, slides it through the infield, tries to keep it up off the wall, hits that inside retaining wall, and brings us under our 2nd caution of the night. Now the question becomes, are these guys going to pit? And you gotta, like I said, if Topher's bad luck ever breaks, he will be one of the dominant drivers. All right, let's see if we can talk to the second place car of AJ Godsey. Hey AJ, this is Doug. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey man, you got a late race caution. Are you gonna stop for tires?
I had some. I sure would, maybe.
Okay. Next question. You got anything left for the 55 car?
I really don't know, man. Harley's been the class of the field. I mean, it's been tied up here all race, but he's clearly been fastest. It's the reason I've been behind him this whole time. I just don't know if I can get by him. We'll see here on this restart if I get a good launch.
All right, man. Well, best of luck. You guys are putting on one heck of a show tonight.
Yeah, thanks, Doug. It's been fun.
All right, that was AJ Godsey up in second place. Aiden the Kid Dravette currently in third. Kyle Holden fourth. Stephen Gibson in fifth. And now I'm looking to see Jared Heasley and Topher Baltimore both on pit road. Jared was tail end of the lead lap. So I would imagine we'll have to wait and see. Let's see where Heasley is scored. I do believe he was tail end of the lead lap, but we'll have to wait a minute and find out here. If so, he is going to come back on this restart with just a few laps to go. He might have an advantage and might be able to pick up a lot of spots. The 95 of Bill Percy getting waved around. So he was the lucky dog here. Let's talk to somebody we haven't talked to yet tonight, but we've been wanting to. Jeff Hinkle. Hey, Jeff, this is Doug. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Doug.
Hey, man. I've been kind of watching. It seems like you're just back there lurking, waiting for an opportunity.
I wish that was the case, Doug. I might have used some tires up too early in this run, unfortunately, but we'll see what happens on the restart.
Oh, man, that seems so unlike you. You're usually the king of saving the tires, buddy.
Yeah, I think I pushed a little bit too hard this time.
All right. Well, best of luck. Hopefully we'll be seeing you up at the front.
All right, thanks, Doug.
All right, that was the driver of the 23, Mr. Jeff Hinkle. And a bit of a shock there, to be perfectly honest with you, to see him hearing him say that he has burnt up his tires as they stack back up for the final restart. Looks like we'll restart with 3 laps to go. They do have a couple of green-white checkers available. This could get crazy. Let's take a quick look. It looks like I don't believe any of the front runners have pitted. I don't believe any of them had any tires left. Doesn't look like it. So if anybody towards the back did, but I did not. Okay, let's take a quick look. Bill Percy pitted. Jared Heasley pitted. Topher Baltimore pitted. Those were the only 3 cars to pit. Bill Percy is the only one of those 3 on the lead lap. Jared Heasley now being scored a lap down in 18th. So Bill Percy on fresh tires, everybody in front of him on old tires. Bill will restart in 15th. This could get very interesting. We will have to watch the 95 closely once they get going to see if he can make his way back through the field and see how high up he can get. Pace car is off. Hopefully the last restart for Harley Barletta. He gets a good jump. Green flag in the air. Here they go. Couple of names of note. Cheryl Newman still up in 12th. Mike Smith in 9th. And J.J. Parr, what a run through the field tonight he's had. All right, let's watch the 95 here for a moment. He's got the lap car, the 32, right in front of him. Looks like he'll get that car. He's going to try and run down the 34. Meanwhile, up front, here comes the kid to the inside. Aiden the Kid Trevette in the 11 car to the inside. 2 laps to go. Can he get to second place? He's going to jump up there and take some draft off of AJ Gotze. AJ looking to the inside through 1 and 2. The kid jumps to the high side trying to find any speed he can. They are getting very, very sketchy back here. Coming down the back straightaway, they are coming to the white flag side by side for 5th. Jeff Hinkle back there battling with Kyle Holden and Steven Gibson. That's a battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th right there. White flag is in the air. Harley Barletta has a little bit of a lead going off into turn 1. Kyle Holden looking to the outside, going through 1 and 2. The kids drifts up just a little bit. AJ now trying to run down Harley Barletta. Will he have enough time or enough momentum here? Down through 3 and 4. Harley Barletta midline. AJ Gotze sends it in there on the bottom. It's going to be close. It's going to be really close. But Harley Barletta drops down. And Harley Barletta wins the Michigan 100. That was a close battle. AJ Gotze comes home 2nd. Aiden Trevette 3rd. Kyle Holden comes home 4th. Steven Gibson comes home 5th in a pile of smoke. Jeff Hinkle manages a 6th place finish. 7th is Jason Rome. Huge comeback by Jason. Zach Henson back to 8th. David Garman brings it home 9th. Kevin Reed 10th. And a huge shout out to our 11th place finisher, Cheryl Newman. Great job to Cheryl. JJ Parr comes home 12th. Mike Smith comes home 13th. Bill Percy picked up a spot after the fresh tires and gets to 14th. Larry Ashby 15th. Then Rick Sargent, Richie West, Jared Heasley, Topher Baltimore, and Nicole Kriesel round out your field. Harley Barletta doing donuts. Let's see if we can talk to our winner. Hey Harley, this is Doug. You got me?
I got you there, Dougie.
You had a very dominant car, but looked like that last restart you almost got past a couple of times.
Yeah, I kind of just gave them the bottom. I figured that was going to be the best bet for me. Just give them the bottom, and I'll save my tires up top, and I'll get the momentum off the top, and boom, there we go. Sweet sailing, still in the lead.
Yeah, it looked like AJ almost got side by side, but that momentum off the top on the last lap coming out of turn 4 was wow, that was close. Just enough to keep you in the lead.
That was, and then I saw him way down the bottom, and I was like, okay, I got you. Boom, hammered down, and just went. Super stoked right now.
I can imagine. That was a heck of a battle, buddy. Congratulations.
Dude, thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank everybody in this group. Man, Dave gave me that push to get by Kyle, and I couldn't have done that without him. So I'm going to give Dave credit for this win because that was the best push of the season right there.
All right, man. Congratulations, and go celebrate. Have a great one.
Thanks, man. You too.
All right, that was race winner Harley Barletta. Let's see if we can talk to Aiden the Kid Trevette real quick here. Aiden, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
Got you, Doug.
Hey, man, a 3rd place finish. If I did my math correctly, you're going to either be real close to 3rd in points, if not 3rd in points after tonight. Still not a win. You're not locked in yet, but one heck of a run, buddy.
Yeah, we're getting there. 3rd place, I'll take it with a close finish.
You were battling for that thing the entire race, man. That was you put on a heck of a show tonight, bud.
Thank you. I really don't like these big tracks, but short track next week, and hopefully we go win it.
So going into Wilkesboro, you think you got something for him there?
I sure hope so. I was fast the recruitment race, so hopefully we'll be fast this week.
All right, man. Well, best of luck, and hopefully you get that first win next week.
Thank you, Doug.
All right. What a night And a lot of great racing. Let's see. You know what? I've never got to talk to one person who happens to be watching and in the chat. So I'm going to try and pull Greg McDaniel down here. He's going to yell at me. Hey, Greg, this is Doug. You got me? Are you ignoring me, Greg? Alright, looks like Greg might have stepped away. That was a heck of a show. I know he was in the chat with a couple of the guys tonight, and it was great having him in the chat here as well. It was great having all of you here tonight. Heck of a night. Now, I do have to say tomorrow night will be a bit different. We will not have at least the first race, the Outcast Dirt Race tomorrow, or Outlaw Dirt Race tomorrow night. Normally that would go live at 7:30 Eastern. However, it is my daughter Tessa's 21st birthday, so we're going to go help her celebrate that. We hope to be here for the 305 and the Enduro. We will for sure be back for the Enduro race. Hopefully we'll be back for the 305 race as well, so you guys want to tune in for that. Tuesday night we will be back for XCal at 7:30 Eastern. You do not want to miss that. That is some great street stock racing. And of course Wednesday night, as always, we will have the Mayhem and Outlaw broadcasts. Xfinity up first, followed by their Dirt Series immediately following that. So really looking forward to a great week of broadcasting. But as I said, we will not be on immediately at 7:30 tomorrow night, hoping to pick up the last two of those races, and then we will go from there. Thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and we even have a website now, htsai.net. And we continue to grow that, so definitely check that out. I imagine there'll be some new features on there tomorrow, or some new information at least. Thank you all for tuning in. Great night of racing. Hope you all enjoyed it. Have a good night.